500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is Paul Feinbaum. That'll do it for me today. Coming up next, The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
From the University of Alabama, this is Crimson Tide Today. It's a daily update on Bama sports and it's brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, a true Southern flavor since 1947 and the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide. Order online at ConecuhSausage.com. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover. On yesterday's edition of Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR, we were joined by Alabama running back Daniel Hill.
When I got my offer from Alabama, sitting with Nick Saban, it was crazy. Because, I've always been, a fan of Alabama. I never really seen myself playing for Alabama, but I've always been a fan just seeing Nick Saban, seeing the championships, everything like that. So when I got the offer from Alabama, it was crazy. I didn't know what to say. He told me I had the offer. I just sat there. I didn't know. Yeah, I've been coming up here for a while. I've been coming up here since third grade. My dad been bringing players up here, recruits and everything. And just being around him, being around his injuries, seeing the way he coaches.
I'll have more in a moment.
Hello, Tide fans. This is Chris Stewart for Conecuh Sausage. Conecuh's an Alabama fan favorite we all know and love. It's made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked Southern flavor. Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition, and the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide.
Join us tonight for Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, live from Baumhower's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa at 6 p.m. Central. Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, always presented by Alpha Insurance. You can listen on our full radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as watch the video stream on all Alabama Athletics social media platforms. Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by Conecuh Sausage. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
You've been paying on that life insurance policy for years, but maybe you don't really need it anymore, or it's gotten a bit too expensive. Well, before you just let it expire, let Neighbors Insurance Solutions share with you some alternatives that you haven't considered. Don't throw away something that still may have great value for you. If you want to learn more about what Neighbors Insurance Solutions can do for you, call 256-763-7693. A death benefit could be a life benefit. Learn more at 256-763-7693.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at North Alabama Mortgage. Are you thinking about home improvements? Well, use your equity now and refi later. Or use your equity to eliminate consumer debt forever, then refi to a lower rate and shorter term when rates drop. North Alabama Mortgage can also help you if you're thinking about buying an investment property or a second home at the lake or the beach or in the mountains. We have great programs to make that happen. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
Firehawk Aerospace is a non-traditional defense contractor advancing the state of propulsion to strengthen the U.S. Defense Initiative. Founded in 2019, Firehawk Aerospace established early leadership in manufacture propulsion with the development of 3D printed hybrid rocket fuel grains. Visit firehawkaerospace.com to learn more. That's firehawkaerospace.com.
Talking Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
All right, the very first thing that we need to do, we're set up here at Baumhower's Victory Grill, and I say we because that's Drew DeArmond, Steve Moulton here with you. Wes is still on location from the tarmac for the Blue Angels.
Yeah.
Here on the beach. How are you, Wes?
I've seen the pictures. He is doing great.
All right, so I don't know if you can hear this or not, but these are all the entries.
Yeah.
The entries for winning Bob's tickets. And by the way, Bob Baumhower is going to join us here in 40 minutes' time to talk a little Alabama. All right, Drew DeArmond, pick me out a winner.
Uh-oh. I'm not looking, man.
Just pick me out a winner.
All right.
There's many people.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah, around here.
I didn't look.
Okay, you're a winner of, oh, my goodness, it is Brock Bell. Brock, who's in the house.
Wow, how cool.
He won Bob's tickets.
That's neat.
As, Brock is in the house here, and he is heading to Tuscaloosa, as you are as well, for
Congrats,
Alabama,
Brock.
LSU. And a big thank you to Baumhower's Victory Grill for allowing us this. It's always cool to give away tickets.
Yeah.
And our guy Brock won it, so congratulations there. All right. It is also Teleconference Wednesday. And yeah.
I know it's lanes.
Oh, the bathroom call?
You know what, Wes? It's so funny how famous that audio is getting because I was on the phone with a friend of mine and we were talking and
Are you serious?
I the dogs were barking, so to speak, and I had to go. And then he's like, "Is this a Lane Kiffin?"
Limit explosive plays and. Team, so.
That's actually my favorite part is you hear the entire flush, then.
As a team, so.
He just picks up exactly where you left off. There's nothing going on. I did talk to Lane today and mentioned to him, if you really do think about it, Drew, from a recruiting standpoint, with all these portals that are about to be open for these kids because of the amount of job openings, I do wonder what effect that this is going to have on this recruiting cycle this year. What do you think?
Well, yeah, it's kind of you're caught between a rock and a hard place, so to speak, because if you are making a change, then you've got to expect that you're going to lose some. Now, I know if Auburn, I'm just going through hypotheticals, if they were to give it to Durkin, then you would have a better chance of retaining your current roster and the guys you have committed. But if you make a coaching change, a head coaching change, that is, and bring in a new staff, you're very likely going to lose guys off your roster and some of those guys that are committed. Because, first of all, the new head coach that comes in, he may want to bring players with him off his current roster and even some committed kids.
Yeah. And
so that's where you're going to be kind of caught. And so there's going to be a lot of change. I saw, Chris Hummer, who's a friend of the of 97.7, he put out a story today about it's already it's already being put, in those steps to try to retain your roster. But he was talking about how difficult it's probably going to be, even if Auburn kept Durkin, or most likely goes out and hires someone to keep Cam Coleman, because he hasn't had the year everybody thought he would. But I think the talent's undeniable.
Yeah,
and he's going to be a very popular guy if he goes into the portal. And so that's just where you are.
If he goes to the portal, I think you'll go to Georgia, 100%.
Well, yeah, Kirby was working it, and don't forget, he was committed to Texas A&M, though that was to Jimbo Fisher, because he does have a little bit of a connection there, and A&M's having a really good year. But yeah, with Kirby and they recruited him hard. There's no doubt, and he lives He's from Central Phoenix City. It's not like his family would have a hard time commuting to UGA. I would definitely watch Georgia, and they're going to lose some receivers after this year. So certainly Kirby and those guys, I'm sure, would try to jump. I've had Bama fans reach out to me and ask about Bama, but he never really had much of a relationship with Saban's staff. I don't know if there's one, with Kalen DeBoer. And quite frankly, Alabama, they certainly are going to lose Germ, but you would think the rest of them would be returning, and they've got some good signees that they have already, got committed. And who knows, they may go find someone in the transfer portal. They did. They certainly found Isaiah Horton, and we certainly got tipped off of that from a little birdie that works for Kirby now.
So, as far as Drew, who you think? What does Durkin have to do to keep the job? I mean, to me, he's won the fans over already.
Yeah, I mean,
you're telling me he has to win every game.
Yeah, I think if he goes 3-0, and that is not impossible, because Vanderbilt is a good football team, really good football team.
I talked to DJ Durkin today,
but their defense is going to give them a puncher's chance in that game.
Yeah.
So say you win a 17-13 game over Vanderbilt, which is not out of the question. If Derek Nix can actually call plays after Brother Hugh. Maybe he has the handcuffs taken off. So what if you win a tough, hard-fought 17-13 game? I believe you're going to beat Mercer. I know they're 7-1, but if you can't beat Mercer, you got bigger, deeper problems. Mm-hmm. And then you play Alabama at home. We all know how crazy it gets at Jordan-Hare Stadium. And I mean, here's what I'll equate the Auburn fandom this year. I remember when Lou Holtz went 0-12 his first year at South Carolina, and they sold out every game. Everybody was still so excited, and they couldn't believe the fan support. That's what you've seen at Auburn this year. They've lost nearly every home game, but yet the fans turn out. They're going to go crazy for the Alabama game. If they win that game, I've already said this and gone on the record, if they win out, he will be the head coach. There will be no search, because they will go absolutely ape if they beat Vanderbilt and Alabama 2 of the next 3 weeks. So I
think the defensive line for Vanderbilt is I don't know how Auburn's going to block them. I don't. I mean,
to beat Vanderbilt, okay.
They'll have to play the best game they've played all year, because you got those 6th-year guys, and Auburn has a 17-year-old freshman center. He can't block number 99. I'm just telling you. I mean, that's an issue. So I think the only way Auburn can win is scoring on defense and maybe special teams to get the points, to beat them. I don't think this offensive line is capable of beating anybody without a lot of help.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. I don't think they're going to beat Vanderbilt. I think it's more likely going to be one of those 21-10 type games.
Yeah.
And then Auburn will battle but not be able to win it. And then he would probably still have a chance if he beat Alabama in the Iron Bowl. But I'll be honest.
As long as they don't get embarrassed by Vanderbilt, I think you're right, Drew. But let me tell you, I'm telling you, I think Durkin, Auburn ought to consider hiring Durkin, period. Just give him 2 years. Say, hey, we'll give you a 2 year. Because listen, Durkin's is kind of like, in my opinion, it's kind of like, the basketball coach that just retired at Auburn.
Pearl?
Yeah, Bruce Pearl. He's like Bruce Pearl. He's unhireable anywhere else. Think about it. Because of all that stuff that happened in Maryland, nobody's interested in hiring him as a head coach because of that. It's liability. He has a chance of a lifetime, really, to be a head coach. And he's a good coach. I think he could be a great coach. I really do believe that.
I'll play my conversation with Coach Durkin a little bit later on here. He named the starting quarterback to me as well from earlier in the press conference or earlier in the teleconference. By the way, Wes, I was told that they are once again adopting the same formula they started a couple of years ago, which means there's only 2 more teleconferences left in the season. So they don't do it week of Thanksgiving anymore. So Kalen DeBoer, as Alabama preps for LSU, I started off talking offensive line with the Alabama head coach. Given the combinations that we've seen along the offensive line, be it due to injuries or whatnot, where do you think the O-line is right now heading into this LSU game, Coach?
I mean, I think we've played, a lot of different guys, and I think, understanding why that is, it has been. Well, there's guys that are dinged up, and then that led to competition. And I think the competitiveness, has helped each of them individually. What, you want here now is we have all these reps that we've had throughout the year, and we get into the last couple games of the season. You really want that chemistry that can exist with whoever's out there, to be on another level. And so I think there's things that we do really well. I think we've, done a pretty good job keeping Ty upright. There's been a game or two where we struggled a little bit more, but I think it's well understood that we feel we want to run the football better than we have, and that's a group effort. That's just on the offensive line, and so they're doing their part. I can tell you they're out here working as hard as ever to continue to be better, and we just. Hoping to take that next step. And I think, one of these games here, you're going to see, the run game, continue to evolve and help us win football game.
Well, what was your big takeaway of what you saw, what Texas A&M was able to do to LSU in the second half, Coach?
Well, they had a touchdown drive there. Obviously, the punt return really broke the game open, and they're in the second half, and then. I just think Reed does a lot with his feet. He had a big game running the football, and that's a weapon right there on top of, the other skill players they have that make people miss, those receivers that A&M has, are guys you get the ball in their hands and they can go do some things. So I thought it was a balanced attack that A&M had. And they just continue to attack you, and that's kind of what happened in the game. And once they kind of got it to a 2-score lead, then then the pressure is really on LSU at that time. So again, it was a good game, very good game. I mean, LSU had them at halftime. So they're going back to LSU. I mean, they're just extremely talented. They were preseason one of the top teams picked, and there's a reason for that. It's because of all the skill and all the guys that they have on that team that can play high-level football.
That is Kalen DeBoer from earlier today in the SEC teleconference. So what did you hear there, Wes?
Yeah, a bunch of excuses for LSU. I mean, LSU's a dangerous football team, no question. The key to Alabama winning this game is we don't need to unleash the freshman number 22 running back where he has some all-world game where they can control the football. We need to put pressure on the quarterback, hit the quarterback, put them in bad down and distance, and make plays. The thing about Alabama is they play 90% of the time they play really good run defense. It's 10% of the time they just get totally whacked. And in every play, you have to be in your lane, and you're going to give up plays. I mean, they're going to be missed tackles in the game. I mean, their players are really good too. You just can't give up explosive plays. And if Alabama can limit the explosive plays against LSU, they'll win the game.
You just can't give up a Deshaun Bishop.
Yeah, so that's the big thing. And then they got to do a better job protecting the quarterback. I mean, they got to early in the game. They got to take control of the game, and Alabama needs to run the ball a little better. And I heard him talk about they are close. I mean, I can see it. There's just little things happening, and it doesn't take much. I mean, it takes a half a step cut from a 5-yard run to a big time run, or a guy finishing a block where he gets that extra last push to get the linebacker cut off. It's little things, and I think they get good movement a lot of the times, but sometimes they're not blocking the right people either. So that they just got to be just little things. But here's the key: all of Saban's national championships, it'd be they go to this week, and then they come out of their off week and be a different football team.
Yeah.
And I mean different. They got better. And so we need to see that. That's what we need to see.
Well, you might enjoy hearing this. Georgia is on the road at Mississippi State. A lot of comparisons between Mississippi State and Tennessee. I listened to Kirby's press conference on Monday. I really did. But evidently I didn't listen close enough. How similar scheme-wise is Mississippi State to Tennessee offensively, Coach?
We're similar but different.
Can you explain a little bit more? Or
I got asked that question early in the week, Steve. It's similar but different.
Don't ask any questions, Steve.
Yeah.
Don't give away the game plan.
I know. Yeah, seriously. Similar but different. I believe it or not, I got a better answer out of Jeff Lebby about his offense compared to Tennessee. Anyway, you'll hear that on Friday. Big C is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. It is a game week. The streak continues. How are you, Big C? Oh, Big C, are you there? Oh, no.
Big C, where'd you go, buddy?
Oh, no. Big C.
I think he wandered away from the mic.
Oh, no. Oh, this isn't good, Wes. This is really not good.
Come on, Big C.
Is he still there?
I tell you what, talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to see if I can.
See? No. You're not going to help him pitch a perfect game. He's got to be there. He's got to be ready.
Hey, Big C. Hey, buddy.
I think Steve's excited he's not there.
No, I'm
be.
not. No. I'm just saying the streak was continued.
Well, see, and here's the thing. Big C made a point of saying last week he wasn't going to be here this week. And then he made a special effort to be here because it's a game week. And he doesn't want the streak to die. So I don't know what happened to Big C. I hear something going on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he put the phone down and walked away. But that doesn't sound like Big C. Maybe, just maybe, he had a Lane Kiffin moment.
Limit explosive plays. And
explosive plays. That's the best part of the whole thing.
Watch your
Isn't it?
there.
Yeah. All right.
Well, how long you want this to play out? Because I feel like I should do something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm worried about it now.
Yeah, I am too. I can always replay Kirby. And
you mean Gus?
I tell you what, talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
I'm going to go do the assist. I'm going to pinch hit for him.
Okay. All right. We'll try to catch up with Big C. That does give me time for you to listen to the flyover as we're inside Baumhower's Victory Grille here, as well as in the tarmac down on the beach. Oh, yeah, I can hear it. DJ Durkin, front and center. In fact, I was the first person to ask the new Auburn head coach some questions in today's teleconference. I wanted to ask about the offensive side of the ball, of quarterback in particular. How does that look here on a Wednesday heading into a game at Vanderbilt for you, Coach?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's been good for me to obviously I've not had involvement with that to this point, and then this week I've been really trying to spend time with those guys on that side of the ball and just hear from them, both players and coaches, and get their viewpoint on things. We've made a decision as a staff. Ashton Daniels be our starting quarterback. I think gives us the best opportunity to go win the game. Our team, our coaches are all 100% behind him. He's done a really good job preparing this week, and so he'll be the guy we go with, and I think we have a good plan for him.
And this being the third year in a row, albeit against Diego Pavia, be it from New Mexico State or Vanderbilt, what kind of growth have you seen out of Diego through the years, Coach?
Yeah, it seems like forever, but he I think obviously what stands out is just his confidence in knowing what they're trying to get done. He's completely on the same page with his offensive play caller. And, if you sit in a certain look, he knows right where to go with the ball. And he certainly has the ability and confidence to make plays when the play breaks down. If it's not what he thought and he starts, ad-libbing and buying time, I think that's when he's probably at his best. But I think, you could just see that obviously he is on the same page and in all situational football and all those things. I just think he's a great competitor and has a good grasp of what they're trying to do.
I wanted to ask about Vanderbilt defensively. Being a defensive guy, what impresses you the most out of this Vanderbilt defense, Coach?
Yeah, the effort which they play with. They fly around. They play aggressive. They really try and force you to not be able to run the ball. And I think that's a mentality on a defense that's attacking blocks. And they definitely switch up their looks and bring pressures. But I just think that their guys do a good job of they play with physicality. And so you've got to match or exceed that type of physicality on the offensive side. I think in order to be effective.
What were your takeaways of what you saw in the fourth quarter at Texas last weekend for Vandy, Coach?
Well, I mean, they prove they can, throw the ball down the field when they have to. They were obviously behind, so they got in some obvious passing situations. And, whether it was a good job of protection or, again, Diego buying time and moving around, they handled that aspect from, what is a very formidable defensive front. And then I thought the receivers did a good job getting open down the field, and he was putting the ball where it needs to be. So, that's not really their style. It's not something like that you see every game. But what stood out to me was when they had to do it, they showed they have the ability to. That
is Auburn head coach DJ Durkin.
That doesn't sound like you.
Is that not the polar opposite? I mean,
he's just first of all, he's a defensive coach.
Yeah,
he's just talking strategy and players.
Yeah.
And so far, he hadn't had to make any excuses. So, and I'm not sure he will. Again, I tell you, there's one team that can hire him as head coach, and it's the Auburn Tigers. And they might be just like Bruce Pearl was the best basketball hire in a long time. Same way with this guy. Now, is it going to be the splash? Are they going to win the news conference? No, you're not. You're not going to win the press conference with this hire. But what could you win football games and championships? I think it's a good chance they could. The guy's a really good coach, and I think he's would be a great hire.
Well, Drew is heading to Tuscaloosa. I'm heading to Nashville.
Yeah.
I'm heading to Nashville on Saturday.
Well, I mean, I will say this. It was obvious that Durkin had an espresso before he started answering the questions.
Well, that's okay, because I did too.
Don't worry.
It
sounds like he was more worried about tea times. I hate to say that now, but all this stuff that's coming out.
Well, I'm going to tell you, all these coaches play golf.
Yeah.
And I get why they kind of give him. It's hard to play golf when you're losing. When you're not doing well, you don't want to be known as the guy out there playing golf.
Yeah.
But the reason I knew he was getting fired is because he canceled on his buddies for playing golf on Sunday.
That's right.
So there you go.
Some people go play golf to hide from stuff.
Any update on Big C?
That's negative. We're having a little trouble reaching down to Greenville where he is. I've reached out through the Talking Sports with the Big C page on Facebook.
I've got his number. I'm going to call him during our first break.
Well, maybe your phone will work better than mine because we'll compare notes in a minute. But I tried reaching out with all the phone lines I have active here back at Mission Control, and everything's coming up pear-shaped. So right now I just want to make sure it's okay.
Let's go ahead and take our first time out as Bob Baumhower is going to join us in about 15 minutes' time. So I got time to sneak in a call or two. We're going to try to hunt down Big C here during the break. Keep the streak alive right after this. This is The Drive from Baumhower's in.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Does it really matter which dealership you buy from? Short answer, yes it does. Hello, I'm Don Wessels for Woody Anderson Ford. Before you buy, take just a minute to check out the dealership itself, because where you buy can make all the difference. Sure, customer reviews tell you what others think, and that's good. But when Ford Motor Company itself recognizes a dealer, that's something special. Woody Anderson Ford has earned Ford's Triple Crown Award, an honor achieved by only the top 1% of Ford dealers in America. It's based on superior customer satisfaction, sales excellence, and exceptional service performance. In other words, the best of the best. So when you're ready for your next car, truck, or SUV, come see how we earned our Triple Crown status. Superior service, sales excellence, over-the-top delivery, that's Woody Anderson Ford. And we hope to see you soon.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
You'll love the expanded wine selection at Liquor Express. From special occasion to everyday table wines, they've got what you need. Meet your friends at the largest tap wall in Alabama with 105 rotating selections. Then take home a growler full of your favorite or choose from our 1,000 canned bottled beers. Need help stocking your bar or planning your party? Liquor Express has a knowledgeable, professional in-house staff that can assist you with anything from your bar to the planning of your special event. Visit liquorexpress.net for tasting specials, giveaways, and classes.
This is Bill Crawford with Crawdad's Countdown to Kickoff. I've recently had a stem cell procedure on my right knee from Dr. Charles Lee of Regenesis. Stem cells are harvested from your body and readministered back into your body. This approach is painless, quick, and requires no lengthy rehab. My knee feels better already. Regenesis is located at 4025 Pepperwood Circle Southwest, Suite C, Huntsville, Alabama. 256-715-8193 or Google their website for more information.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Hey there, everybody. Bob Baumhower here, letting you know that we understand that times are tough and we truly believe value matters. So, by popular demand, we brought back our Inflation Bites menu featuring scratch-made meals that will make the whole family smile and your wallet, too. Menu items start at just $7.99 and any entree comes with a free beverage. Try our classic tailgate burger for just $8.99 or our hearty Bam Bam chicken platter for $9.99. Baumhower's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at woodyAndersonFord.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
Back here at Baumhower's Victory Grill, we are roughly 10 minutes away from Bob Baumhower joining us here, live from Baumhower's. Big C is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline.
Hey. Big C, we're going to have to give you a wake-up call now.
I didn't do that. Big C, I didn't do that. Big C, I told you I wasn't doing that.
That's all right. I've been to Montgomery today, and I guess I was tireder than I thought I was.
Hey, naps are not underrated.
What now?
We thought it was two cats fighting, but it was you snoring.
Well, you get sometimes that happens. But anyway, we're here.
That's awesome.
Well, we're glad you're here because we were if we lost the game, we didn't want all the Alabama fans coming there looking for you.
Ooh.
Greenville.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. What would Coach Bryant say about you sleeping on the job?
Yeah, that's right. What do y'all think about? What do y'all's opinion? Let's see. There's at least 4 coaches that's been fired already in the SEC. And
yes, sir.
Are they talking about another one that could get fired, or what's the deal there?
Well,
who else is eligible to get fired in your opinion?
Well, I am hearing more and more that more than one NFL team is looking at Steve Sarkisian.
Yeah,
and I think that's real.
Well, Sark may have some interest there, but I'd also look at Stoops, whether it's usual at the end if they don't finish strong, and he has an opportunity somewhere else as either a DC or a head coach, and then that would open another door for John Summerall. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a change at Kentucky, and I'll still say this too: I don't think it'll happen. But if Alabama takes care of LSU and then beats Oklahoma, and Oklahoma, down the stretch,
they're number 12 right now.
I know, but if you look at their schedule, it's brutal.
Yeah, it is.
If they end up 7-5 or 6-6, he's going to be under some heat. So I don't think he'll get fired. I'm just saying Stoops and Venables are 2 to watch for me.
Wow.
But
I agree. If Venables ends up, they're not happy, just like all these guys aren't happy. Because they're spending all this money that they weren't spending on players, and they don't like to look like they're dumb,
Right.
And then they get mad because they've been telling all their friends, hey, I paid this guy this, and that guy, I bought the quarterback, and the quarterback is a Heisman Trophy candidate, and he plays like cow manure, and then all of a sudden they blame the coach, and that's what's happening. A lot of these guys are tied to the quarterbacks they bring in. Hugh Freeze could have brought in almost anybody, and he could have brought Diego Pavia in, but he didn't.
Years ago, after he got beat, by him, that's true. And then Clark Lee has made himself a ton of money by bringing that whole staff with him, and Diego and Stowers.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I mean, Clark Lee is probably. I enjoy hearing him talk. If everything goes good, everything goes bad.
Yeah,
he's not much difference, and he's level-headed, and the guy's a great football coach. To do what he's done at Vanderbilt, he's done the damn impossible. And they might not make the playoffs, and they, I think it's better than not that they don't. But the fact that we're here talking about it in November as a possibility, to me, he's done an incredible job of recruiting, of out there getting 6-year players. That's about to go away, but I guarantee you on next year's roster he has 25 5-year players, 5th year, because he realizes he can go get these kids, and between your junior and senior year, if you were redshirted, you're going to get 25% stronger, and you don't have to, you know what it takes, you know what it's expected. There's no guesswork, and you become leaders naturally.
Mm-hmm. See, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You still with us?
Yeah, I am. I'm listening to everything. Now, you talking about Clark Lee? With him doing well the last 2 years at Vanderbilt, he ought to be a commodity also.
Yeah, but I'd be shocked if he went anywhere else. I don't know Clark Lee, but I've met him twice. I've been super impressed about him every time. I thought he lost his mind the first time we talked to him. I said, Vanderbilt's hired somebody that is not realistic. But I was wrong. The guy has been incredible. And, yeah, I agree with you, C. I think if he could go someplace if he wanted to go there, they ought to hire him wherever it is. But I don't think he's going to leave Vanderbilt.
No, they've got some. I'll just say, know a couple of people that are very close to that program, and they've got donors. They may not flex a lot, but they have the ability to if they're asked. And they certainly tried to do that with James Franklin and had something on his desk, and it's going to be a lot bigger than what they had on Franklin's desk. And plus, his father is a physician that his office is within walking distance of Vanderbilt Stadium. So he's an alum. So I think he wants to be there. I think Vandy, I'll just say this, and I think Wes would agree, they found the perfect coach for them.
Yeah. See,
I don't know how you do much better.
Well, we've only got about 5 minutes left until we're talking to Bob Baumhower.
We'll have Roger Schultz on as a guest tomorrow.
Oh, that'll be epic. Epic, Mr. Schultz. Oh, man. One of the reasons I'm in radio. Right.
So we used to Big C. They brought in 3 freshmen, right? It was him, Chris Robinette, and the late great oh my goodness,
Mike
Zuga, yes. And those guys, Coach Fuller brought them in. They were to follow me everywhere I went and do whatever I did. Because I was a senior and they were freshmen, and there wasn't anybody in between. There was no second string center. And so I called them my goo babies. I mean, they didn't know anything. I mean, it was like, okay, you're going to step off. I taught them every foot placement, everything they had to do. They had no idea what to do. I think Roger had played some center. The rest of it, I don't think they'd ever played center. And Mike ended up being freshman All-American that year. But, obviously Schultz ended up an all-conference center and the best out of the 3, no question.
Yeah.
But Zuga actually went to Vanderbilt and got a degree.
I'll ask him about that tomorrow.
Yeah. Call him a goo baby. Please, goo baby.
Goo baby.
Tell folks how they can watch you and listen to you.
TALKIN apostrophe sports with Big C. You can watch us live at 8 o'clock. After 9 o'clock, you can go to the archive. But we'll, and our number is 334-799-4922. Just give us a shout there. We'd be glad to talk to you. But we will be talking to Roger Schultz at 8:30 tomorrow morning.
Nice. Go, Roger. Hello.
Go enjoy
Appreciate
that nap, brother.
And,
yes, sir.
Absolutely. Sure Tide will win for tomorrow. Saturday.
Always a pleasure, Big C.
Thank you, Big C. Naps are awesome.
Aren't they? Older you get, the better they are. Yep. Let's take our final timeout. Bob Baumhower set to join us. I do also have something that Eli Drankowitz had to say on the committee last night.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Does it really matter which dealership you buy from? Short answer, yes it does. Hello, I'm Don Wessels for Woody Anderson Ford. Before you buy, take just a minute to check out the dealership itself, because where you buy can make all the difference. Sure, customer reviews tell you what others think, and that's good. But when Ford Motor Company itself recognizes a dealer, that's something special. Woody Anderson Ford has earned Ford's Triple Crown Award, an honor achieved by only the top 1% of Ford dealers in America. It's based on superior customer satisfaction, sales excellence, and exceptional service performance. In other words, the best of the best. So when you're ready for your next car, truck, or SUV, come see how we earned our Triple Crown status. Superior service, sales excellence, over-the-top delivery, that's Woody Anderson Ford. And we hope to see you soon.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement. It's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
Need tough equipment you can count on? Christopher Equipment has you covered. Whether it's air compressors, trenchers, bucket lifts, concrete tools, generators, skid steers, and more. Serving you with locations in Tullahoma, Shelbyville, Manchester, Fayetteville, and Hazel Green. Christopher Equipment. From job site to backyard, rent or buy, Christopher Equipment delivers the tools you need when you need them. Call 931-455-3900 or visit Christopher.equipment today. Christopher Equipment, powering your project.
At Stella at 5 Points, living isn't just about having an apartment, it's about living artfully. Imagine waking up with the upscale feel of Atlanta or Nashville right here in the heart of Huntsville. Modern, stylish apartments, open layouts, stainless steel appliances, and resort-inspired amenities. Nestled in vibrant 5 Points, you'll enjoy walkability, parks, dining, and quick access to downtown without the chaos. Stella at 5 Points. Live heartfully. Live Stella.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Plenty of sunshine this afternoon. Going to be a fantastic day across the Tennessee Valley. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid-70s, dropping into the mid-40s as we head into the overnight. A sunny sky once again for your Thursday. Temperatures climbing into the lower 70s, dropping into the low 50s as we head into the overnight. It'll be a great evening for Thursday night football. Friday comes with a mostly cloudy sky and the chance for rain.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Talking ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Back here at Baumhower's Victory Grill, walking up to Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show from Baumhower's in Tuscaloosa. I did at least want to put this out there before we head out to the head fry cook himself. On the teleconference today, Mike Griffith was asking head coaches about that new analytic that we were all told about in the springtime for the CFP. Only one coach really responded to Mike's question, and that would have been one Eli Drinkowitz.
Is there any takeaway to think that this selection committee is going about things differently than we've seen in the past?
The top 2 teams' schedule rankings and strength of schedule is in the mid-30s. A&M's in the top 5. They were ranked 3. So I don't know what's changed.
And a lot of people, yeah. And, it's hard to not say, you know what, he's absolutely right.
Yeah, and it's just because Ohio State and Indiana have been 1 and 2 for a while now in the regular poll. But A&M's playing exceptional football, and they have played in a tougher league. The Big Ten, after Oregon and Iowa, is really horrendous if you just look at it. To me, they've got 4 good teams in that conference, and everybody else is mediocre to bad.
Let's bring in Bob Baumhower, talk a little college football here with the head fry cook himself. And Bob, Huntsville is buzzing here at Baumhower's. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Doing really good. It's good to hear your voice.
Likewise. It's, the season just hits the accelerator in a big way as we're already into November. What's the general take on what you've seen out of Alabama so far this year, Bob?
Well, it's interesting because they opened up with FSU, and it was obvious that they weren't ready to play, and whether it's Wes or myself, or I was just spending some time with Richard Todd. If you play the game for a while, you're going to be involved with one of those games that just things don't go right. And so what's interesting to me is what the reaction was afterwards, where everybody's pretty much writing everybody off, including the coaches. And at the same time, Alabama was honoring one of their former teams from 1975, and they honored them during the Wisconsin game. And that team in 1975 came into the season ranked number 2 in the nation, played an unranked Missouri team in Birmingham, which happened a lot back then. A lot of the big games were played in Birmingham, both by Auburn and Alabama. But they got spanked pretty good. Alabama got beat by an unranked team right out of the box. A lot of people were talking all kinds of stuff back then about a Coach Bryant coach team. And that team went on to win the rest of their games, and then made it to the Sugar Bowl and played in the first Sugar Bowl ever played in the Superdome. And I know a lot about that because I was on that team and I watched it all. It was part of it. So it's just interesting to see what's going on right now, where it's not always how you start, but how you finish.
Hey, Bob, who was the leading tackler on that team that year?
Well, it's funny you would ask that. Yeah, that's.
I think I'm talking to him.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that? So that was my junior year, Wes. I led the team in tackles that year, and I led the team in tackles as a defensive lineman my senior year as well. And that was just the style of defense we played back then. And actually, I've talked to some of through the years, I kind of watch how folks coach defensive linemen, and we were taught that to be part of the solution from I guess you'd say from stop's point of view, make the tackle, make the play. A lot of teams don't play that way. They'll have the defensive lineman kind of squeezing down, trying to squeeze down the hole so that the backers can make the play or whatever. But back in the day, same thing with Miami. In Miami, they played the same kind of defense back in the day, where the defensive linemen were part of the game, and we were going after we wanted the guy with the ball. We wanted to get there quicker than the linebacker so we could make the tackle. And but anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. So Bob, were y'all taught to go upfield or just to get in the backfield and then stop? You know what I'm saying?
On the defense, we played what you call a 2-gap, and you know what a 2-gap is, Wes.
Yeah.
We were reading the offensive lineman, and we would engage. We would engage the offensive lineman, stop his charge, try to control him at the line of scrimmage, and then we would try to create some separation, and then you'd look for the guy with the ball, and you'd go to the ball. And so, and to me, if you've got the defensive talent to be able to play that, when you've got 11 people going to the ball, it makes it a whole lot more effective. Coach Arnsberger in Miami, he likened it to a picket fence. He wanted his defensive linemen and his linebackers and everybody to stay in their line, stay in your lane, play your position, but also be ready to disengage and go to the ball. And so from a pursuit angle point of view, from a pursuit overall point of view, if you could get that done, it made for a hell of a defense. And, back then, just like with Coach Saban coach teams, we had very, very effective defenses because of that scheme. And obviously there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat, but that's the way we played it back in the day. Both actually, coincidentally, I guess, Alabama was playing that type of defense, and so were the Dolphins at the time. And the Killer Bees were born from that. the Killer Bees back then. You know, we were the number one defense in the NFL off and on for a few years.
So do you look out and see other people nowadays playing that type of defense?
You do see that, but you also see where, you know, you've got, you know, a lot of folks are going for a lot of size on the defensive line, and they're looking for those guys to do, like I said, just squeeze the play down and create less and less room for that ball carrier to have to run. And then having the folks, whether it's linebackers, DBs, whatever, making the play. Like I said, and we were very active. We could, you know, most of the defensive linemen that we had at Alabama back then, and same thing with the Dolphins, that we could run, and so, you know, we would learn how to separate, disengage, and go to the ball. And if you can move, then again, that makes for a very effective defense.
So when you were at Alabama, I guess Donahue was the defensive coordinator, and it seemed like to me that there'd be just a tremendous amount of blitzing, that y'all were very, very aggressive. Was it the same way at Miami?
Yeah, but no. Well, in a way, we were aggressive in that we played those techniques, but very rarely at Miami did we blitz. You know, Coach Arnsparger, we didn't bring a lot of heat. Coach Arnsparger believed in that bend it but don't break type of defense, and he was of the mind that that an offense a lot of times would stop itself, and it was very, very important that we didn't give up the big play. You know, and a lot of times when you're going after it, when you're playing aggressive, and you get into playing, you know, man-to-man coverages and stuff, you open yourself up to get beat by the big play. But Arnsparger was a kind of a bend but don't break kind of guy.
So one of the best.
I just had a listener / somebody who's here at Baumhower's give me your 1987 Topps card, Bob. On the back of it, right? Yeah, on the back of it, the little this is not your normal one. It's just got a little story saying a tough and intense competitor, Bob has battled back from knee surgery to regain his place on the Dolphins' defensive line. Last season was credited with 17 tackles, 13 assists. He earned NFL All-Rookie in the 1977 campaign.
Yeah, well, if that was after my last surgery, and if that was my last season, I pretty much sucked that year.
Set that up for you there, Bob.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think what you're describing there is, you know, I was trying to make a comeback, but believe me, my last year with the Dolphins, I wasn't worth a damn. But in fact, I wasn't practicing through the week, and Wes, I'd met Leslie. She thought I was crazy. She was telling me I needed to hang it up. And so when the woman that you're going to marry is telling you better hang it up, you know, I listened to her. I hung it up after that. And then
that's a good choice.
Hey, I became the head fry cook.
Yeah, but wait, how can you do any better than that? So you have to tell the story. So Bob has some tremendous stories, but one of the best, I think, and would take some people aback, I think, was your story when you were a rookie and Pittsburgh beat you guys in Miami. And after the game, somebody came to visit you in the locker room.
You talking about Mike Webster?
Yes.
No, that was 79. That was not my rookie year. That was 79. That was my third year.
Okay.
Yeah, and we played them in the playoffs, right?
Right.
So yeah, okay, and that was the first year, Wes, and I pretty much felt like I had a good season. That was my first Pro Bowl, and so I was feeling pretty good. I got hurt 2 games before that. I jacked up my hand, But anyway, long story short, we played Pittsburgh, and I played against Webster, who to me was one of the best centers. Him and Dwight Stevenson, probably two of the best centers that
100%.
in the game, right? And also Jim Langer, who was the center for the Dolphins when I got there. He ended up in the Hall of Fame, as did Dwight. But let's just say that wasn't one of my better days. And Webster did a good job on me. That was the first time I played him. We played a few other times, and the results were a little different. But that particular game, I was not feeling good after the game. We lost the game, and I did not play well. And Mike, after the game, he comes into the locker room. He comes into our locker room, and we're all changing, getting ready to get on the bus and fly back. He comes in, sits next to me. Is this the story you're talking about?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, and Mike, you know, he's in the Hall of Fame. He comes in, sits down next to me. He's got a six pack of beer. He sits in the locker next to me. He says, "Hey, have a beer." He said, "We all have them kind of nights. I'll see you in Hawaii," which is where the Pro Bowl was. He said, I told him good luck, and just a class act.
How cool is that, Steve? That stuff happens in professional sports and professional sports only.
Yeah, and
that's mad respect too, Bob. You know, that's mad respect.
Yeah. Well, I respected him too because but anyway, and then a few years later, we played Pittsburgh up there. We beat them. I actually scored a touchdown in that game, and got the defensive game ball for that. So
nice.
Things can change, but that was the first time I ever experienced anything like that as well.
Bob,
he's a heck of a player and a heck of a guy.
Have you seen a spike in sales since the Black Hoodie of Death?
I ordered one.
Yeah, the Baumhowers you got your own Black Hoodie of Death. I would assume you've seen a spike in those sales here lately, Bob.
And that's related to what now, Steve?
So Kalen DeBoer wears a black hoodie, and I think he's lost, one game?
Yeah.
And Eli Drinkowitz called it the Black Hoodie of Death, and it's kind of gained a new level of recognition.
Yeah, we have those with the Baumhower's logo and the little victory guy on there. We've got the.
Well, that's you, Bob. That's you.
I know, but I don't call it me. It's from the picture. We call him Victor. His name is Victor.
Wow.
Those things are selling like hotcakes in this cold weather.
Yeah.
So that hoodie and that look, which is a Nike look, those are Nike hoodies that he's wearing with the.
That's right.
And then the Nike swoosh underneath it. It just so happens that we happen to have a very similar look as some of our Baumhower's hoodies.
Well, and Bob, this is Drew DeArmond. I only have one request. I hope you do it in the spring. I want the Kaneka sausage dogs back.
Do you really?
I love the mustard and the onions.
Wow.
I'm a big fan of that, too.
You can call that the DeArmond.
Yeah.
So, Anyway, Bob, we are right up against it with Hey Coach and Tuscaloosa from Baumhower's in Tuscaloosa. I can't thank you enough for hopping on and reminiscing a little bit. We need to do this more.
You guys are the best. I love you bringing up these stories. It's great stuff. I was with Richard Todd today for a bit. We were telling some stories. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well, that they're like, we've had them on the air together. It's like having
we need to do that again.
Two old ladies together. It's awesome.
All right, y'all be good. Thanks for having me on.
And then for the Iron Bowl, we could have Pastor Dees and Richard.
Yeah, I'm good with
that. Yeah, that would be awesome.
And Bob.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, just have at it. All right, that is going to wrap us up here from Baumhower's Victory Grille in Huntsville. We'll hand things over to Baumhower's in Tuscaloosa. It's Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show. And then later on tonight, I believe at around 7:30, you're going to get Crawdad talking a little Army football. So there's information all over the place. There is a few high school games that have flipped to tomorrow night due to the weather that's coming in here on Friday. But I do know that Buckhorn, Sparkman, and Madison Academy are all playing on Friday night. Randolph at West Morgan is tomorrow night. I do know that. That's on our high school streaming network. For Wes, for Drew, Steve, signing off here on a Wednesday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. So long, everybody.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama.
Alabama!
Your home of the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Roll Tide. Looking to his right, flush, has to scramble. He's going to be brought down.